It's a very personal matter deciding which university you want to go to. Part of it depends on the subject that's on offer. It's about finding a place where you're going to be happy, but also where you can open yourself up to being challenged. So if we think about Brac University, it certainly has a good reputation in Bangladesh. It has a very strong international connection. So you can come through the gate of the campus here and you find yourself engaging with the whole world in some sense. There are opportunities for international engagement. We're building up our investment in data sciences, for example, but we're also investing in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, blockchain, and working on semiconductors. Well, Brac University started with a really strong vision. It was founded by Fazli Hassan Abed, who had very powerful views about the role of higher education in the world. And he created Brac University because he wanted to raise the quality of higher education in Bangladesh and beyond. He wanted to create a university that would address world social issues like health, education, climate change, and many others. And that is what he did. So we have now a university that is remarkably well connected internationally, partly through the worldwide Brac movement, but also our own connections, that we have many partnerships across the world. We have a kind of global reach, and we have a demonstrable record working on many of those big social issues that are facing the whole planet. So that's a very strong basis for us to build on. And now our vision and mission have been renewed in a new strategy that has just been launched. And that strategy involves several pillars. One of them is about having effective teaching and learning. Another one is about building on our research strengths. We already have research strengths in human and health sciences and in science, technology, engineering and maths and other areas. And another one is building that international connection for the benefit of students and for everyone, because we're part of an essentially borderless world. And the other one is supporting our students on their journey into, through and beyond the university with really effective support systems. It's a very personal matter deciding which university you want to go to. Part of it depends on the subject that's on offer. It's about finding a place where you're going to be happy, but also where you can open yourself up to being challenged, because you want to come out of university having changed, having become stronger in some way. So if we think about Brac University, it certainly has a good reputation in Bangladesh. It has a very strong international connection. So you can come through the gate of the campus here and you find yourself engaging with the whole world in some sense. There are opportunities for international engagement. We have good facilities. We're talking from this wonderful new campus that opened about 15 months ago. But down the road in Savar, we also have a residential campus, a beautiful place, which is much loved by undergraduate students because they spend a semester there. And that's about learning by doing, learning by being with other people, learning through enjoyment, and learning through service. So that's a special feature of the university. We have the wide range of subject choices. We're very strong on science, technology, engineering, maths. But we also have most of the other subject areas as well. Practically all subject areas that you could wish to study would be available here. And the thing is that we make a connection between those subjects. So for instance, we have students studying business, but then going on into robotics, students studying computer science engineering, going into social projects, and architecture students going into robotics. And that's a very good place to be, being able to study across subject areas. I suppose the other thing I would say as well is that this is a university that where the faculty are appointed entirely on merit. that we are solidly interested in building as good an institution as we can for the benefit of our students. And we also tend to have good graduate outcomes. Another one is through our commitment to building high quality teaching and learning. So we're building a teaching and learning innovation centre, and the arrangement is that every single member of the teaching staff will go through a professional development programme, and so will the staff as well. Another one is through building our research capacity and working in collaboration with others. And another one would be on what it is to build up good governance in a university. How do you make sure that students essentially, in the end, they get a good deal, a good opportunity to be the best that they can be in their time at university through effective student support? So in all those ways, we're looking to collaborate with other universities to really take the higher education sector in Bangladesh to a different level. And we're conscious there's also a lot of good practice that Bangladesh can share with the rest of the world, and we are part of that and want to be part of that too. So in several ways. One is that we're already a university heavily invested in technology. We're building up our investment in data sciences, for example. But we're also investing in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, blockchain, and working on semiconductors, to mention just a few examples. But another thing also, in our educational model, we're trying to help students to become people who can cope with unpredictability, because that's what we're facing in the future. And finally, the questions of ethics and responsibility. There are huge issues of ethics and responsibility. And indeed for our own students, how do they study? How do they use artificial intelligence? That means that they really are studying effectively and building up their critical skills, their critical thinking skills. So in all those ways, multi-sided way really, we are trying to make a good contribution to help Bangladesh benefit from the Industrial Revolution. And above all of it, the theme of entrepreneurship as well, which is becoming very significant to us, entrepreneurship development. I don't think there should be such barriers to private universities necessarily running PhDs. There's no need for this artificial division between private universities and public universities. Quality is vital in all areas, including PhDs, but we can say that we have access to a really robust international quality assurance framework, and we have subject areas where we could quickly offer PhDs of very high quality, backed by international collaborations if we get the permission to do it. And there are other private universities that have strengths in particular subject areas where they could do something similar. If we can do that, we can help build capacity for Bangladesh. So there's an urgency to this issue. So yes, we very much hope that we will get permission to run PhDs, because we're well qualified already to do that in certain subject areas, backed by really strong quality assurance standards.